Hello, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I wasn't quite sure what to do today, so my Trivial Pursuit's sitting here. I thought, let's go through some more questions because that's always fun. My husband's painting our dining room and had some music playing and offered to turn it off. And I said, just leave it. It'll be a little background. So if you notice that, sorry if that bothers you. Hopefully not. I was like, I think I might find that relaxing. I don't know. All right. So this is our Trivial Pursuit board. I think in the last video, somebody, I forget now, what did you guys say? 1989, maybe? Because it's like a first edition, back when they gave you two giant things of cards, which is fun because we could read these for a long time. All right. So I'm no expert at Trivial Pursuit, so cut me some slack if we don't know the answer. So I always debate exactly how to read these, but I think I'll just read them, go through each one, make my guess, and then we'll turn it over and look at the answers. Because you can't flip it or you'll see all the answers because they're on the back side. Okay, I'm in trouble already, I can see. This is geography is blue, entertainment is pink, history is yellow, arts and literature is brown, science and nature is green, and sports and leisure is orange. So geography is, what is the capital of Morocco? I have no idea. I'm sorry. Morocco? I can't think of a city in Morocco. I don't know. Entertainment. What TV show was informally known as TW3? Now, we have to remember this goes back to the 80s or maybe early 90s. I'm not sure. TW3. What? TW3. I feel like I should know this. The Titan War. Oh boy. Who launched the New Deal? That's history. That is Roosevelt, right? Franklin D. Roosevelt. I think I did a video with something to do with the New Deal. Can't remember. Anyway, what Erica Young novel deals with Isadora Wing's fear? Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. I don't know anything. What does GMT stand for? And that's science and nature. Is that, what is it? Oh shoot. Okay, hold on. The time, mean time. I know this. This is going to bug me. All right. How high is the center of a tennis net? Well, it's about three something. I wonder how. I'm 5'4 3/4. And I think a tennis net probably comes to here. I'd go like 3.5 feet. Okay. Oh, Greenwich Mean Time. Greenwich Mean Time. Erica novel deals with Isadora Wing's fear. I don't know that one. Okay, let's look at the answers. The capital of Morocco is Rabat. I'm sorry, I don't know that. TV show TW3. The Week. No, that was The Week That Was. I don't remember that. That was The Week That Was. New Deal was Franklin Roosevelt. Fear of Flying was the novel. Greenwich Mean Time. Yes. And then how high is a tennis net? 3 feet. You know, I said 3 feet, but I figured a little taller and I went with 3.5. Oh well. Close enough. Okay. What city does Leonardo da Vinci Airport serve? Well, I don't know if I actually know this, but I would guess Rome, because it's Leonardo da Vinci. Who is Luke Skywalker's father? Darth Vader. Who was Richard Nixon's running mate in 1960? There must have been a slogan that said it. There must be a reason they're asking Nixon. The only slogan I can think of from Nixon is, I am not a crook. I don't know. What nationality was Goya? Arts and leisure, Goya. Well, I know the beans are they Spanish or Mexican? I should probably know that. I don't know. What translated literally is the 10th month? Wait, we had this card, didn't we? I think we've read that question. I swear we had this question. Did we read this in the last one? Am I going through cards we already read? And I don't even remember. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, I feel like it was like a trick kind of thing because we were like October, but it was deck and it was December. I don't know. At some point I saw this. How many feet apart are the stakes in men's horseshoe pitching? Okay, it's a long way. It's a pretty long way. Because don't you start there and then you can take like 3 steps and then throw your... How many feet? I don't know. I can't picture like how long. How about 100 feet? Okay, Rome, we got that. Darth Vader, yes. The history was Richard Nixon's running mate, Henry Cabot Lodge. Lodge, I don't know. Goya was Spanish. December, yeah, I don't know if I heard that on a podcast or what. How many feet apart are the stakes in men's horseshoe pitching? 40. Oh, I was way off. 40. I guess not as far as I thought. It feels far when you're pitching them. Oops, I showed you the answers. What country administrators... What? No. What country administers the Caribbean hideaway of Martinique? What country administers the Caribbean? I mean, I think it's French. So I guess France. What band leader was known as the King of Jazz? Benny Goodman? I don't know. What was Angelo Giuseppe Roncalli better known as? History. Angelo Giuseppe Roncalli. History. In Italian history. I don't know. Who wrote the so-called leather stocking tales? God, I don't know any of these. What class of animals makes up more than 2/3 of known species? 2/3 of known species. Insects. What sport features small hops called pitty pats at the end of a run of plinkers? Small hops called pitty pats at the end of a run of plinkers. You guys, I actually have a guess. Only because my son's in... Do I have my iPad here? No, I don't. I would show you on the front page of my iPad, there's a picture of my husband and sons, and they're all skipping stones. And I feel like one time we got into a discussion about it and learned about the pitty pats. I'm going to say stone skipping, but it's probably a game that's like that, but I wouldn't know what it would be called. Okay, let's see what we have. France was the Martinique, okay. King of Jazz, Paul Whiteman. I don't know that. Oh, Angelo Giuseppe was Pope John Paul the 23rd. Who wrote Leather Stocking Tales? James Fenimore Cooper. Nope. What class of animals makes up more than 2/3 of known species? Insects. Stone skipping. Oh. See, sometimes just being old, you start to learn stuff. If you can remember. What city is often called the insurance capital of the world? I think I know that. I think that would be Hartford, Connecticut. Who wrote Roll Over Beethoven? Oh. That's oh my gosh. Roll Over Beethoven. Roll Over. Oh my god. I'm just blanking his name for some reason. And I learned this watching. There's a TV show right now called, it's on Hulu. I think it's called The Floor. And it's Rob Lowe hosts it. And the contestants have different categories. And then they go head to head. And they have to come up with like the names of things, whatever. It could be things from your kitchen or whatever. But whenever it's people, I'll know the person. But I can't get the name to come up. So I've learned that names are something I really struggle with. And I know this. Who wrote Roll Over Beethoven? Oh, gosh. It's like, all right, I gotta skip it and go back. Who was the first pope to visit Africa? Let's go with Pope John the 23rd, because I don't know. I don't know popes. I'm not Catholic. What was the first book of the trilogy that ended with Pitcairn's Island? First book of the trilogy that ended with... what's the one where all the people go to the island and they... Gulliver's Travels? I don't know. Where is the pituitary gland? Okay, I'm an expert on this. I'll show you. I'll do my best little drawing. Here's a human. And here's your brain on a human. This is super. And right here, like behind your nose, there's a little gland called the pituitary gland. I guess it's really, the brain kind of goes more like this because I think it's at the base of the brain. There's a little pituitary gland. And that is all within your cerebral fluids, I believe. Don't ask me why I know. Okay. What country has won the most contract bridge world championships? What country has won the most contract bridge? I have no idea. Let's say England. Okay, Roll Over Beethoven is you guys, I know the answer. I just want you to know that I know the answer. It's just my brain won't pull it. So I know there's a bunch of you yelling it out to me. Oh my gosh. It's like, ugh, I can't. Okay. Hartford Connect. Chuck Berry. Take on it. I knew Chuck Berry. I just want it to go down on record that I knew that. Hartford, Connecticut. Okay. Pope Paul the... What is that? The 6th? We didn't know that? Okay. Or I didn't. You guys may. Mutiny on the Bounty. Oh, okay. The base of the brain. I mean, yeah. Okay. Italy is where the contract bridge world championship. Okay. Didn't know that. All right, how many more should we do? Where can you buy a cup of coffee with cruzeros? With cruzeros. A cup of coffee with cruzeros. Well, I mean, this is like South America sounding. But I don't know. A cup of coffee. I don't know. I'll come back to it. Who was laid to rest in the black cape he wore on the silver screen. Oh, what's his name? The guy who played Zorro, probably. I don't know what his name is. What ship was captured by the Cambodians in 1975 and retrieved at the cost of 38 U.S. Marines? Oh, I don't know, and I should feel bad about that. 38 people died, and I don't even know. I'm sorry, I don't. What Peter Blatty novel recounts the horrors of Regan McNeil's possession by the devil? Oh, Regan. That's The Exorcist. What color is diamond dust? Well, diamond comes from coal, and it's black. And I know that because I had a friend who was a jeweler, and I remember her telling me. What sport features a full court press? That's basketball. Going back to this, I feel like it's going to be like Venezuela or Brazil. Cruzeros. Is that like Portuguese? Let's go Brazil. Who was laid to rest in the Black Cape? What is that guy's name? Oh my God. It like, you know how a name will come in your head and then it'll go out? It did that. I can picture him. He's like, it's going to drive me crazy. I know when I see that, I'll be like, yeah. All right. Oh, that's not who I was thinking of. Brazil, that was lucky guess. That was a real good guess. Bela Lugosi. Bela Lugosi. He used to be like the low-voiced guy who was in the spooky, scary movies, I think. The ship that was captured was the Mayahuez? Is that how you say that? I've never heard of that. I'm sorry, I haven't. Yeah, the possession by the devil was The Exorcist. Diamond dust, black, and full court press was basketball. Well, did pretty good actually, I think, in the end. Where are 3/4 of the world's pineapple grown? Hawaii. Dole Pineapple owns like a whole Hawaiian island, I think. Who portrayed Vincent van Gogh in Lust for Life? The only Lust for Life I know is the song. I don't know that. What London school did John F. Kennedy attend? I don't know. Is that where Oxford is? I don't know. I don't even know which schools are in London. I'm clueless on that. Who's the subject of Irving Stone's Lust for Life? What? That's funny. Look. It says, who portrayed Vincent van Gogh in Lust for Life? And then the second question down is, who's the subject of Irving Stone's Lust for Life? I'm going to guess Vincent van Gogh. Are barnacles plants or animals? I know the answer. They are animals. What provides the power in a soapbox derby? Oh, well, I've done that. Soapbox derby. Wait, is that the one with the rubber band? No, they're just kind of on a hill, and then they go up over a hill. So gravity, I guess, would provide the power. All right, the pineapple's Hawaii. The Vincent van Gogh is Kirk Douglas. That's before my time. Kennedy went to the London School of Economics. And we got that. Who's the subject of Lust for Life is Vincent van Gogh, but only because it was there. Barnacles are animals, and soapbox derby is gravity. Okay. Well, it's okay. All right. What color are Venetian gondolas? What? I don't even understand this question. What color are Venetian gondolas except those of high public officials? They're all the same color. Oh, gondolas. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. My brain was confused. So those are the boats that they go around Venice in? I've never been to Venice. What color are Venetian gondolas except those of high public officials? I don't know. I would have to just guess. gold. I don't know. Who's the sister of Joan Fontaine? You know what's funny? This is like, I bet if my mom watches this, she'll know this answer. I bet that's like common knowledge to the generation above mine, but I don't know that. What Italian explorer, and I say that because when we used to play, like my mom would know stuff like that and be like, you don't know that? Like, how would I know that? What Italian explorer is buried in the Dominican Republic? Well, is it Christopher Columbus? I don't know. What dutiful detective does little Abner worship? I don't know. What's the Big Bang said to have created? The universe is the answer. What baseball position are you playing if you're in the corn? That's the outfield. All right. Gondolas, they're black. Yeah, see, this name's familiar. Sister of Joan Fontaine is Olivia de Havilland. Italian explorer, buried in the Dominican, Christopher Columbus. Dutiful detective, fearless Fosdick. Big Bang is the universe, and the corn is the outfield. Okay. I feel like I don't do great at the arts and literature category. I think that's the one I've suffered on. What U.S. city is known as the rubber capital of the world? Oh, you know what? Why do I think this is Ohio? It's like Columbus, Ohio. Rubber capital, rubber. Because they make tires for Detroit auto industry. My first guess, best guess, I'm sticking with Columbus. Who created Maudie Frickett? I don't know. Who sought to create the Great Society? I'm afraid to answer because I might be so far off. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of those where it could be like, oh gosh. Yeah, it could be so far off. Part of me wants to say Lyndon Johnson. And part of me wants to say, like, you know, Hitler or like, what's his name, Lenin, or somebody from Russia. Like, I don't know which way this is going. Great Society. Feels like equality. I don't know. Who wrote the Father Brown crime stories? Oh my gosh, my mom watches that TV show, The Father Brown. They're like British. He's a father, but he's kind of always like, this is a small town in, like, I don't know, Wales or somewhere, England, something. And like every day there's a murder. And the father always goes and talks to all the people, and somebody usually confesses something to him. And he figures out. But I have no idea who wrote it. I don't know. What does the C stand for in the equation E equals mc squared? Well, that is energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. So C must be speed of light. It's funny, I've never really given that a whole lot of thought until right now. What's a funambulist? A funambulist. Okay, let's think about this. Let's take the list off. What would be a funam? Here's the word. I'll show it to you. If it'll, will it capture it? I don't know. It's a funambulist. Funambulist. It's sports and leisure. A balloon. How about a balloon artist. That's stupid. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Like the guys who make balloon animals. Like it's fun. I don't know. All right, I don't have guesses. Oh, so close. This rubber capital of the world is Akron, Ohio. I've driven through there so many times. I'm sure there's a big tire and it says on the big tire. Am I dreaming that? Somebody from Akron, tell me. Okay, who created Maudie Frickett? Jonathan Winters. Oh, he would like dress as a woman and do a thing. Is that what that is? Probably. Who sought to create the Great Society? Wow. Oh, well, you know what? You know how they say go with your gut? Like, it's Lyndon Johnson. And that was my first guess, but I completely questioned. I thought, oh, that all sounds so stupid. Somewhere in my life, I've heard that, I guess. Who wrote the Father Brown crime stories? J. Key Chesterton. Never heard of him. The C in the equation E equals mc squared is the speed of light. A funambulist is a tightrope walker. Oh, I never knew that. Never heard that before. A funambulist. Okay. What's the largest freshwater lake in the world? Well, all of you who've watched my videos and have watched my video about the Great Lakes should know the answer. The largest freshwater lake in the world is Lake Superior. Who portrayed Sherlock Holmes in 14 films between 1939 and 1946? I have no idea. Who was John F. Kennedy's Attorney General? John F. Kennedy's Attorney General. Well, I don't know this, but the only guess I have, the only thing I can even conjure is Bobby Kennedy. What actor wrote The Moon's a Balloon? What actor wrote The Moon's a Balloon? I have no idea. I don't have a guess. How many sides does a cube have? Okay, well, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides. What is the first shot in a billiards game called? The break. I used to play pool, in my basement. All right, Lake Superior. We knew we had that. Who portrayed Sherlock Holmes? Basil Rathbone. Never heard of him. John F. Kennedy's Attorney General, Bobby Kennedy. That I got just because it was the only other person of that era I could come up. What actor wrote The Moon's a Balloon? David Niven. Didn't know that. How many sides does a cube have? 6. And the first shot in billiards is the break. Okay. I feel like I'm doing okay. What's the third largest state in the United States? Should we look? I have a guess, but should we look anyway? I'm pretty sure I already know the answer. All right, so we know the largest state is Alaska over here. And the next largest is Texas. So the third largest, it would appear from looking at our map, is California. And that is I'd like to lock that in. It's my official guess. Although, hold on, let me look at Montana. Montana's pretty big. Look how big Montana is. Still, California's bigger. All right. What 1947 musical introduced the song How Are Things in Gloca Mora? 1947 musical? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a musical from that time period. I don't know. Hello, Dolly. What country did Germany invade on September 1st, 1939? Well, that's the beginning of World War II. So, Germany invaded Poland. What type of humorous verse might begin, "There once was a man from Nantucket who really..." Oh, no, I shouldn't keep going. That is a limerick. What is the fruit of a rose bush called? A bud. Oh, wait, no. The fruit of a rose bush. The bud comes before the flower. The fruit is a hip. A rose hip. What baseball inning has a stretch in it? The 7th inning stretch. All right, California, yep. 47 musical. Finian's Rainbow. Okay, it's semi-familiar. Germany invaded Poland. A limerick. The hip. So, did we get all but one? Yes, this is the best card. That was pretty good. If only. All right, what are we doing? One more? I'll do one more. What's the capital? I should stop on the one I did good on, though, shouldn't I? What's the capital of Bavaria? Bavaria? I think I almost flew through there on the way home from Croatia, but we ended up going through Frankfurt. I think it's Munich. Who played the title role in the romantic English Woman? Oh no. Romantic English? Well, it must be an English woman. So how about, what's her name? I can't think of it. Whatever. I can't come up with things. What settlers were the forebears of the Boers of South Africa? What settlers were the forebears of the Boers? The Boers. You know, I think that's Dutch. Who ran away when the boys came out to play? Georgie Porgy Pudding Pie kissed the girls and made them cry. When the boys came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away. Who said, "Feed 'em, love 'em, and leave 'em alone"? Okay, well, I do know this because my husband and I know this is controversial and people might get mad at me, but I had a 15-month-old and then I had identical twins. And at first, like the 15-month-old, anytime he made a little teeny tiny noise, I'd be like, oh, and have him in bed with me and make sure he was held till he could fall asleep. But by the time I had the twins, I had way too much going on. I was so exhausted. The twins wouldn't sleep through the night and they were kind of not scheduled. So I was like feeding one, feeding the other, feeding one. I was like having a literal breakdown, a mental and physical breakdown from it. And I remember going into my, whatever, doctor, OBGYN, pediatrician, whatever she was. And I was telling her how I didn't quite know what to do because I was only sleeping in like little 45-minute spurts and the babies were falling and flailing because I was, falling asleep while feeding them. And I started to cry telling her. And she was like so shocked because I'd always been like so calm and like, okay, very whatever. And she's like, I just can't believe you're crying of all the moms. You're always so calm. And anyway, she gave me a book called Baby Wise. And the gist of Baby Wise was you gotta let the babies cry it out just for like 2 nights and then they'll sleep through the night. And that is also something that my Dr. Spock book said was feed 'em, love 'em, and leave 'em alone. And I kind of ignored Dr. Spock because people were like, no, that's terrible. That's borderline child abuse. But I'll tell you what, 2 nights of letting them cry it out, they slept through the night. It saved my life. Anyway, but yeah, so this is the Dr. Spock book. He used to kind of have the belief that you should feed your kids, love your kids, and then give them space to figure things out on their own and be creative. And I basically lived by that with my boys. I was there all the time. I was with them all the time. But as I did let them explore on their own and tried to not have like any kind of screens around them so they could just be creative, you know. Like outside, I wouldn't try to keep leaves or dirt, or I was like, go play. Have fun. Okay, that was a long way to say Dr. Spock. What's North America's most popular snack food? Potato chips. It's gotta be. All right. Munich, yes. Who played the title role in The Romantic Englishwoman? Glenda Jackson. I don't know that. The Boers of South Africa, the Dutch. I don't really know why I knew that, but it might be, I don't know, there's some reason, I'm not sure. Who ran away when the boys came out to play? Georgie Porgy. Who said feed 'em, love 'em, leave 'em alone? Dr. Benjamin Spock. And potato chips. That one we did good. We're just missing entertainment every single time. We'll go through till we get entertainment correct. I'm just kidding, because that could be all night. What country's flag flies over the Canary Islands? I think that's Spain, has the Canary Islands. Who portrayed Captain Bligh in the 1962 film Mutiny on the Bounty? 62. Well, I have no idea. But I feel like I can picture, let's go again with Kurt. Not Russell, Kurt Douglas, because he was an answer earlier. What actor and World War II airman had $5,000 bounty put on his head by Hermann Goering? You know, I know this, but I actually thought it was Hitler who put the $5,000 bounty, and I think it's Clark Gable. Clark Gable was like the biggest actor. He was in Gone with the Wind and everything. And then during World War II, he enlisted, and I think he was flying planes. And Hitler liked to capture famous people, and he was a huge Clark Gable fan. So he wanted to capture him and then kind of like keep him in his place, you know, whatever. Where was Simple Simon going when he met a pieman? Simple Simon met a pieman going to a fair. Says Simple Simon to the pieman, may I taste your ware? Says the pieman to Simple Simon, indeed I have not any. Says Simple Simon to the pieman, then give me back my penny. I know my nursery rhymes. What two flavors make mocha? Chocolate and coffee. What vehicles are raced in the Tour de France? Bicycles. All right, Canary Islands, Spain. Captain Bligh is Trevor Howard. World War II airman is Clark Gable. Simple Simon going to the fair. Mocha, coffee, and chocolate. And Tour de France is bicycles. Gosh, I keep missing entertainment. Okay, I think I know this entertainment. This will be our last card. Here we go. All right, first geography. What Scandinavian city is called the White City of the North? I don't know. Scandinavian? I can't think of a Scandinavian city. What's the one the Olympics were at? Oh, shoot. I'm afraid if I make an answer, I won't even be in a Scandinavian country and people will laugh at me. I'm going to say Helsinki, but I don't really know. What town was the setting for The Music Man? All right, I know it. I know this. The Music Man is set right here in River City. We got trouble right here in River City. Okay, what's the most common Christian name of U.S. presidents? Well, should we get out our... Hold on. Okay, we got a George. George, John, Thomas. I'm just going to go through them, and then we'll see. I'm not going to sit here and count them. It'll take forever. George, John, Thomas, James, okay, John, Andrew, Martin, William, John, James, Zachary, Millard, Franklin, James, Abraham, Andrew, Ulysses, Rutherford, James, okay, Chester, Grover, Benjamin, Grover, oh, William, Theodore, William, Woodrow, Warren, Calvin, Herbert, Franklin, Harry, Dwight, John, Lyndon, Richard, Gerald, Jimmy, which would be James, Ronald, George, Bill, George, Barack. Well, they wouldn't, no, sorry. They wouldn't go that far. It would stop here. It would have stopped here. I think we got to go with James. Don't you? Didn't that feel like, I didn't count, but it felt like the most common one. I think James. What buxom blonde appeared on the cover of more than 500 magazines? Well, I mean, you might think Marilyn Monroe, but I would think with buxom, they mean the one. There's a picture of like her sitting next to, what's her name? And she's looking at her boobs. What is her name? I can picture. She's blonde with huge. See, I tell you, it's like human names. I can totally picture her, and I know her name. Jane Mansfield. Ooh, I think that's it. What's a vixen? Oh, that's me. Just kidding. It's a female fox. What are the 6 murder weapons in the game of Clue? Okay, well, you have the rope, the revolver, the lead pipe, rope, revolver, lead pipe, candlestick, the knife, rope, revolver, lead pipe, candlestick. What are we missing? Rope, revolver. I'm trying to picture. I can picture the little pieces. Candlestick. Wait, what a rope. Sorry, I gotta go through one more time. Revolver, lead pipe, candlestick. What am I missing? I know this. Hold on. Like, okay. Candlestick. Candlestick, lead pipe. I guess it's not called the knife, it's dagger. What would we be missing? Rope, revolver, candlestick, dagger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing? What other instrument of death is there? You can shoot somebody, you can stab them, you can whack them, you can strangle them. Oh my goodness. Wow, I'm stuck. I can't think. Is there a sword? No. Is there a poison? No. I don't know. Okay. Helsinki. Wow, that was a lucky guess. River City. Yeah. James. That's what we said, right? I think that's what we said. Jane Mansfield. Yep. A female fox. Yep. Okay. Candlestick, knife, lead pipe, revolver, rope, wrench. Ugh, wrench. I gotta do one more for my confidence. Okay. What continent contains Queen Maud Land, Wilkes Land, and Bird Land? I have no idea. I'm gonna say like Australia. I don't know. What was Beaver Cleaver's first name? Oh, that's oh, hold on. Theodore, right? Theodore and Wally. Yeah. And June and Ward. And what was the really annoying like kiss up friend? He was gee, Wally, where's the beef? What's his name? Oh well, anyway. What rifle accessory originated in Bayonne, France in 1641? Well, sounds like the bayonet to me. Who won the 1948 Pulitzer Prize for Tales of the South Pacific? Yeah, that's probably the musical South Pacific based on that, right? Or is that something else? I don't know. 1948 Pulitzer Prize? I don't know. Oh no, this is about war. Sorry. 1948, somebody wrote a novel about wartime and won a Pulitzer Prize. I don't know. What Russian physiologist went to the dogs to write conditioned reflexes? Oh, that's Pavlov, right? It's got to be Pavlov's dogs. Who was the... I'll do a video on Pavlov's dogs. That could be fun. Who was the first jockey to ride more than 7,000 winners? I don't know that. I shouldn't have gone to this card. I don't... Antarctica. Oh. Antarctica was the bird land, because bird... But he spelled his name with a Y, didn't he? Birdland. Huh, okay. Beaver Cleaver's first name, Theodore. The bayonet. Oh, James Michener. Yeah. My mom loved James Michener. Russian physiologist Ivan Pavlov. Yeah. Who was the first jockey to ride more than 7,000 winners? Willie Shoemaker. I have heard that name. I didn't know I knew a jockey's name. All right. Well, one more. What U.S. state has the second longest coastline? Math time. Second longest. Oh. Well, this is interesting, because I thought maybe I knew, but now... Hold on. Look, we have... Okay, I would assume Alaska's the longest, because it has all these islands and cricky-cracky little bits. So I'm going to say Alaska's the longest. But then I was thinking, oh, it's probably Florida. And because Florida goes all the way around here and comes up. And then I thought, well, it could be California, because it goes all the way down here. But guess what I just thought of? Would they include Michigan's lakefront coastline? Because that's a lot too. All right. Oh, and then there's Hawaii. But these islands are tiny. I mean, not, comparatively. So even though Hawaii is surrounded completely. Oh, golly. I thought this was easy, but now I'm not at all sure. Maybe it is Hawaii. But see, this says 30 miles. And this is 400 miles. No. Okay. 400. So that's about probably 550. This is very scientific. All right, that's probably 800. All right, Florida. I'm locking my guess in. What was the first James Bond film? I don't know. I didn't watch those, but my kids and husband. Goldfinger is my guess, but I don't know. Who did the talking for the U.S. at the United Nations during the Cuban Missile Crisis? For the United Nations? Oh, is that like... I don't know. Is this a terrible guess if I say Kissinger? I don't know. That's stupid. Kennedy? I don't know. One of those two. Where was El Greco born? I don't know who it is. Mexico. What finger boasts the fastest growing fingernail? Mine grows so fast I can't keep up with them. The fastest growing? The pinky. I don't know. What did Forrest Smithson carry for inspiration while running the hurdles at the 1908 Olympics? Uh-oh, my husband's thing started talking. I'm going to try to cover the microphone. It's loud. What did Forrest Smithson carry for inspiration while running the hurdles at the 1908 Olympics? Oh, the Holy Bible. I forgot to guess because I was paranoid about all that. Okay, coastline, Florida. Well, that was okay. We worked that out. We worked it out. Dr. No is the first James Bond. Oh, Adlai Stevenson. Okay, yeah. Where's El Greco born? Greece. Oobly. What finger boasts fastest growing nail? The middle. And this guy carried a Bible for inspiration. Did I get any? I got Florida, but only because I cheated by looking at it. All right. Well, guys, I'll talk to you soon. I think we went through, like, I don't know, quite a few cards there.